Hey there, it's the worst Pokemon trainer, and I'm here to answer the question, how difficult is it to get the Platinum Trophy in Batman Arkham Knight? So Batman Arkham Knight is the fourth game in the Batman Arkham series. Without spoiling too much, the game focuses on Batman trying to stop a bunch of criminals taking over Gotham City, with Scarecrow being the main antagonist. It's an action-adventure game where you play as Batman, you're punching people, you're gliding through the air, and you're even using the Batmobile to stop, all the bad guys. The game itself is a ton of fun, has some great action, the gameplay is super solid, combat feels so well, the voice acting is incredible, the story is great in my opinion. But that being said, not everything is perfect, right? I have some nitpicks with the game. For example, I think the game focuses way too much on the Batmobile, and while it's fun driving around and the combat is pretty good, it can get old pretty fast when you're being constantly stopped by drones, right? Other than that, I had a lot of crashes with this game for whatever reason. When I was going for collectibles on my playthrough, the game would constantly crash, like at least over 20 times. I stopped counting after 20. It seemed to have happened mostly when I was driving really fast and flying really fast, while doing, like I said, getting the collectibles and side missions. That being said, I didn't have any crashes on my New Game Plus playthrough, which is really strange. For context, I am playing the PS4 digital version on my PS5, so I don't know if that has something to do with it. But let's get into it. How difficult is it to actually get this Platinum Trophy? And it's actually not too bad. Let's just take a look here. There's a bunch of DLC, which I'm not doing because I'm broke. Can't afford it. But as you can see here, it's a 0.6% completion rating. Obviously, you got stuff like this, achieve 69 stars in the AR challenges. Story stuff as well, but that comes with playing through the game, right? These AR challenges, you gotta complete them all. You gotta 3-star every single one. And it's not too bad. It does take some practice. The thing is with like some of these, especially these combat ones here, you have to get high chain combos using a variety of different gadgets while trying not to get hit, because if your combo gets ruined, you're most likely not going to be able to score these high points, right? Again, it will take a bit of practice, but nothing that, not going to be too difficult in my opinion. You got stealth mission stuff as well. Again, not too bad. If you're having trouble with these ones, YouTube has all the videos for this stuff if you need a guide. You got some races with the Batmobile. You also got some combat with the Batmobile. And some races with combat in them as well. So you gotta 3-star everything here. Again, not too bad in my opinion. It will take some practice though. But other than that, like I said, you're gonna have to do 2 playthroughs, one on the regular story and one on New Game Plus. You're probably gonna use your first playthrough to get all the story trophies, all the side quest trophies, the collectible trophies, all that stuff, right? Probably the most annoying thing here is the Riddler Challenges stuff. You got 243 different. Oops, I want that. You got here at the bottom left, if you can see where it says, you got the question marks, you got the brackets, you got the person, and the explosion icon. You basically have 243 of these in total to get in order to get the Riddler trophy at the end of the game, which is kind of annoying. It's very long, it's tedious. You have all these other icons here that you have to do as well, these green ones, right? You also have on the top right there, the threat level. You have to also take care of all that as well. So, I mean, these are much shorter, right? These side missions are much shorter than the Riddler stuff, but it's going to take you a while. Like, I started this game back in 2015 when it first came out, and I stopped playing it. I stopped going for the Platinum Trophy after I beat the story, just because of the sheer amount of stuff that was to do, right? Gotta do all of this. It was because they all have like basically a trophy tied to them. So it's a little bit daunting, but can be done. You just gotta stick with it, you know, tackle one island at a time. If you're having trouble with the Riddler stuff, YouTube, they have guides there. They'll help you out. Not too bad. Just gotta grind it out. There are some difficult trophies that I wanted to highlight. So let's go into that. Um, Nothing too bad. Like I was able to get them all. But I want to break down how I got some of them. So, for example, this leap of faith one, complete 8 different jumps over 100 meters. This one is a little weird. It requires you to, you know, do these jumps, but it can't be done on the same ramp. It only counts when the camera zooms out and you land on 4 tires. The Batmobile flips while you do the jumps. It doesn't count, and even some of the ramps that are laid out on the maps don't even count towards it. But if you need help finding these 8 jumps, YouTube has them pointed out for you. You just simply YouTube it. Don't be discouraged if you did 8 jumps and it doesn't unlock. Just keep trying. Just keep finding different ramps. I got it after like 12 jumps. So there's definitely more than 8 ramps to do this on. So don't worry too much about that. Um, as you can see, um, this is another tough one. Form 15 combat moves and one free flow. Basically, you have to use um, different combat moves, and this is probably the hardest trophy in the game. As you can see, it's only a 0.9% completion. You basically can't get hit while you're in the combo, and you have to keep track of what moves you've used, and that's a lot more difficult than it sounds like, right? Um, Basic things can disrupt your combo, like missed inputs, missed gadget attacks, enemies tackling you when you don't see them coming. I did find a trick, however, on YouTube that makes this much easier. Basically, it requires you to go to the AR Challenge Gotham Knights. You're going to use all your gadgets as Batman. You're also going to use all your gadgets as Nightwing. Doesn't matter if you're hit while you're using your gadgets, just keep using them. After that, you're going to go into a combo move of 8. So you're going to use 8 different moves while in a combo. Obviously, you can't use the gadgets that you used earlier because it won't count towards it. But you have stuff like your different stuns, like you got your basic stun, your triple stun, your counters, your takedowns, and even the dual takedown. So that's how I did it. I actually got that on my first try using that method. Um, Compared to trying to go for it in one go, which I was trying to do that for like an hour and a half, and it was not getting any luck. So if you're having trouble with that one, YouTube, again, there is a way that makes it much easier, in my opinion. There was another trophy that I wanted to talk about. I can find it here. See, some of these are just story related stuff. None of them are too bad. A lot of this is just completing the story and the side quests. Where is it? Oops. Honestly, it's a fun game. Not too bad. I really like the story. I think the campaign is awesome. This is another annoying one. Fly under the 3 main bridges between the islands in one continuous glide. So I'll show you what the bridges are. Let's just wait for this to load up. Run through the jungle. It requires you to fly under the 3 main bridges. Meaning you can't grapple boost once you start gliding. So these are the 3. Oops. So these over here are the 3 main bridges. You got 1 here, 2 here, and 3 here. So you gotta basically go from one bridge, fly underneath it, to another bridge, fly underneath it, and to the last bridge, fly underneath it in one go. Like I said, it doesn't count if you grapple boost to continue the glide. It has to be in one glide. This one is honestly just practice. When it comes down to it, it's really just timing your glide dives and when to pull up to get the maximum height and trying to clear the bridges. I crashed plenty of times into the water, I messed up a lot of times flying under the bridge. Um, to start, doesn't really matter where you start, in my opinion. But you definitely want to start off with a big grapple boost or the boost from the Batmobile. You want them at least max level, one of these, um, to get the best height and to get the best speed, right? That's going to really help you with that. Where is the other one? I think there's one more grapple one. If I can find it. Right here. This one. So if you have this one or the Batmobile one, it'll help a lot. Practice. YouTube has pathing for you if you need to, but it's gonna take a couple of tries to get this one for sure. But other than that, I don't think there is any other difficult trophies that I want to talk about. I think I have everything that I wanted to talk about. Like I said, I first started this game back in 2015, and I was really put off with how much collectibles the game had, so I never finished it. But coming back to it, I actually had a lot of fun, and I'm glad that I did. While I did have a ton of crashes, and the game was kind of frustrating with that, and with all the collectibles, I still had a relatively good time, and I actually would totally recommend it to anyone who hasn't done it yet. The gameplay is super solid, and I think it's a great addition if you haven't done it yet. That being said, be prepared for a long grind. You're gonna have to pretty much finish everything in the game. You're gonna have to get all the side quests done, all the Riddler stuff done. You're gonna do 2 playthroughs. You gotta do all the AR stuff. It's not exactly a walk in the park, but like I said, I had a lot of fun doing it, coming back to it, and I would totally recommend it for anyone who hasn't done it yet. So that's gonna be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed my breakdown of this, and I'll catch you guys on the next episode. Peace out.